a lot of young people get trapped in a work situation in which they feel like they can't get out of, and they're at the mercy of their job. You're looking for some way to make ends meet until your job kicks in, but I would also start looking for another job. So as long as like material stuff, if you don't have a roof over your head, mental health is very hard to achieve. And there's a really great study that sort of talks about this. There was a program in New York called Housing First, and what used to happen is that if you had some form of addiction, you had to be sober in order to get public housing, right? So if you wanted like the state to give you a place to live, like you have to pass drug tests. The problem is that without having a place to live, it's really hard to get sober. Without having a place to live, when you apply for a job and there's this really simple part of the application, name, address. When you don't have an address for correspondence, it's really hard to get a job. When you're sleeping on the streets, it's really hard to resist some degree of comfort through substance use, right? So this was kind of like this really interesting, like kind of perspective, which is you have to be sober first. And if you can become sober, if you deserve it, then we'll give you housing. But what Housing First essentially found is that it works the other way around. If you give people housing first, even if they're using, their ability to engage in mental health care, their ability to get a job, their ability to like not be on the street so they have a roof over their head helps them with substance use.